Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Moved by Councillor McGinnis, seconded by Councillor Featherstone, that the special meeting of council be opened at 6 p.m. All in favor? Carried. The purpose of this meeting tonight is to deal with the pulverization of Development Road. I have to thank the delegation very, very much for following the proper process to bring this attention to council. It was important to the people, it's important to us, but this is the best way to do it, is to ask to be on the agenda and come forward and we can deal with the issues. So I guess it was to not the pulverization, but to not pulverize it between Line 3 South and Trout Pond Road. So we have, Elmer, how many people to present this?
I have roughly 6 or 8 of my neighbors right here that's living right side by side with myself, and if you could have a minute each or whatever.
Yourself and Ricky?
Ricky, yeah.
Okay, so if you would like to come up to the podium and speak to the audience and to council with respect to your concerns.
Well, thank you, Madam Mayor and councillors. I not after your jobs, but I did go politicking, and I went door to door of my neighbors to see how they felt about Development Road and the way it's going to be tore up and how it's going to be left. Out of the 13 households, I think I had 11 that was home, and they all agreed with me. They would like to see the pavement left. Wait is at least another year or till we get funding to complete. They all have concerns, and everybody has a different concern, but it's all related to the pavement being removed. And you know, we can judgment by school buses. Myself, I'm worried about the dust and the speed. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but in 6 o'clock every morning, we have log trucks coming through there, and they're doing 60 miles an hour. They're not doing 60 kilometers. And your pavement or anybody's pavement is not going to withstand the punishment with these big log trucks. They're coming out of Chisholm and going through by Rutherglen. So they're traveling the whole Development Road and busting up our pavement of that. I'm quite concerned about that as far as being a resident, pulling out on the road, and not only that, the dust. And if they get fresh rock down there and that, it's even going to be worse. So that's one of the big concerns I have on my part. Now, like I say, Ricky has a different perspective he's going to present to us. And I believe the rest of my members that's behind me, my neighbors and that. And I got to thank you all too for having this special meeting and getting this all together, because I learned who my neighbors are and what their concerns are too. And there's a lot of grumbling going on out there. So I think we really got to address this and bring some harmony to our community. So I'm looking at the safety end of it, dust, the dirt, and if there's no pavement for 3 years, I don't see it. Leave it at least for at least another year and see what happens. Just from Line 3 to Trout Pond Road. The rest of Rutherglen, it's very dangerous. It has to be done. Okay, so I'll let Ricky take over, and if you could spare a few minutes from the rest of my neighbors, I think they have a few words for you too.
For myself, I would say that Elmer actually pointed out most of the concerns that I had, to be honest with you. I guess my only my main concern was just that my children take the bus basically where this was going to be tore up, right at the corner of Line 3. So I was just concerned that every morning when they are standing there, and as you mentioned, these log trucks passing by and stuff, just right where they're standing and where you want to tear it up, that a rock would probably fly up as it, they go from the pavement to the gravel and hit one of them in the head basically. And along with his concerns, I agree that he basically pointed out everything that I would say. you know, what his concern and stuff like that, but for me, it's just that one section for sure is, a big concern for me, for, the children's safety. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
that's it for myself.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name's Roy Church. I'm 64 years old and I lived on that road all my life. And I drive a motorcycle. Plus, I live with the dust from line 3. That's okay because I've done it all my life, but I don't need it in front of my nose. That's my concern. Have a good day.
Thank you. Council is aware though, and how bad that road really is. And I did drive the portion that you had asked me to, and I did see that there was probably seven places where it's rough, and there was 2 bad spots. But for the most part, that's probably the best part of Development Road there. So again, I have to say thank you for bringing it forward to us in this manner, as opposed to putting it out there in the public on social media, how bad these guys are. We won't listen to anything. We are listening, and we want to hear you. So right now we do have our Public Works manager has a report that he would like to give before we go further in the meeting. And this is Alex.
Thank you, Your Worship. Whereas, excuse me, whereas the Council for the Township of Bonfield receives this report and all information contained in it to make an informed decision regarding the remediation of Development Road. This includes the pulverization of Development Road, as well as calcium application to the service afterward. As discussed at meetings prior, Development Road is in need of immediate attention. The road surface is compromised and has led to large potholes, alligator cracks, washouts, and surface breakage. Staff started applying coal patch from line 3 to Mount Pleasant, not only this year, but last year as well, to fill the potholes throughout the road. So shown below is a brief cost analysis in relation to staff hours, wages, vehicles and equipment fuel usage, and material costs associated with work on Development Road. Analysis number 1 shows the staff hours, wages, vehicles and equipment, fuel consumption, as well as material costs since January 2024 for coal patch application throughout the township. Most of the coal patching performed by staff was applied on Development Road. The Public Works Department has spent on coal patch materials in 2023 $38,793.97, and so far in 2024 $13,587.44. So just at the bottom of analysis number 1, so total hours worked by staff 432.5. Total cost of all wages, $9,885.01. Total fuel consumption was 400 liters at the price of $1.60 per liter is $640. 3 loads of coal patch cost the township $13,587.44, which brings the grand total of wages, fuel consumption, and coal patch material to $24,112.45. Analysis number 2 shows the application of asphalt millings. So for those that aren't aware of what asphalt millings are, it's just ground up recycled asphalt. These millings were applied on Development Road within the past few months. So on analysis 2, the cost of the material is $20 a metric ton or $420 per load. Staff have applied about 32 loads to Development Road to mitigate the potholes. So $420 times 32 equals $13,440. Now, equipment use with fuel as well as hours worked. Total fuel consumption was 550 liters, equaling $800. Hours worked by staff were 96 hours. The total of all wages equaled $2,578.44. And the grand total of wages, fuel consumption, and materials equaled $18,445.10. Now, based upon the numbers presented above, this brings the overall cost to perform the road repairs in 2024 to $42,557.55. So on to my recommendation, it is suggested that the council for the township of Bonfield approve the pulverization of Development Road and calcium application from Mount Pleasant to Trout Pond based upon funds available and council consensus. It is believed that Development Road can be pulverized before applying calcium edge to edge with minimal to no gravel needed to be applied following the pulverization. By using this practice, the township can plan to move forward with one of many hardtop surface applications available that fit within our operating budget.
Thank you, Alex. Did you
Can I
want
just
to?
say something? I've been on council, not here, but somewhere else. And, we have an amazing, guy that writes, proposals to the government and he gets money from places that other people can't believe that he gets money from. But if you don't build the road properly, you're gonna be here 5 years from now, doing the same thing. So it has to be done properly. Like, when Development Road got fixed in, like, was it September last year, like to Nosbozing? I said to them, this doesn't work. You have to build roads when the weather, you have to build roads properly because you're gonna be here again. And it's just gonna cost you double. So all I'm asking is do it properly because it's gonna save all of us money. And it makes me sad that, you know, the road from, like, we just live halfway down. The road is awful. And, you know, like Eric, what's his last name? People won't go to his business anymore because the road's so bad. So something has to be done. Something has to be done. And ripping it up, and then you put plows down it in the winter, and you're throwing gravel into the ditches, and it has to be done properly. And I would connect you with the man that I know that can write proposals and get some money from the government because we have to fix it. Like, we have to fix the problem. This is a Band-Aid solution, what you're talking about. And I get it, it's money. I totally get it, but it's a Band-Aid solution. And we have to fix it properly. We just have to, and we just have to find the money. And I'll put you in contact with a guy that knows how to find the money, and we do it properly. Because we can't have everybody, like, we just spent $2,500 on suspension in our vehicle because we drive down Government Road. Like, it's not right. And we can find money. We can find the money. We just have to write the proposals properly. And I'll put you in contact with the guy that can do that. So I hope, I'm new to the community, and I just want to see everybody succeed, and we have to fix that road because it's a nightmare.
Thank
It's
you.
dangerous. It's dangerous too.
I agree.
I agree, like everything you said, and it's, I know it's money, I get it. But we have to find a way, community wise, we have to find a way to make it work. And we'll work together, won't we? 'Cause we need to fix it. Yeah, like you on your motorcycle, or kids on their, kids waiting for the bus, or anybody, Eric trying to make a living.
Even with my car.
Yeah.
From Bonfield to go to the graveyard rather than.
Yeah. And we just have to work as a community and make this work.
We can't afford a lawsuit.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah,
We
okay.
can't afford
I'm
the road,
supposed
but
to
we can
stop
afford a
Okay,
lawsuit.
thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
just to touch on what you were saying.
Okay. When you say that, we have letters out to the province trying to get money for the roads, and anywhere that we can find it, we will certainly make an application to get the money, anything that we can find. We do have a letter to the provincial representative, and speaking of the dilemma, speaking of the condition of Development Road and the fact that Development Road goes over to Highway 11 South, comes through Powassan, comes through East Ferris, comes through Chisholm, Bonfield, Calvin, Papineau Cameron, all the way through Mattawa. there should be something out there from the province because it links Highway 11 South to Highway 17. And certainly if there's any money to find, I'm quite sure we will find it, but we don't mind any help. If you have someone that knows where we can find money, we'll certainly take it. Thank you. Now I'm going to ask our Corporate Services Chair do you have something to say?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for everybody bringing your concerns. I mean, we hear them. The pulverization is, yeah, since the road is in such bad shape. I mean, the township has made the investment in an excavator to start doing our own work to cut costs and, get an availability for contractors in. So we're hoping to do a lot of this in-house and do sections at a time and start rehabbing the road as we do them, as, 2-kilometer section. But as far as right now, we need to pulverize it because it is, it's a liability to the township. Nothing's been done on that road since 1980s, except for putting coal patch on it. So anyways, we hear you, and we going into council, we'll discuss it, and we'll see if we can move forward.
Thank you. Did you want to say anything?
Well, I'll just echo the comments. I mean, we of course appreciate, I'll echo the mayor's comments, appreciate the process that was followed. It's been a refreshing change to have a process followed, and I think you're going to see a council that's receptive to listening to the community. So I appreciate that. I think, we get that this is a Band-Aid too. We get that this isn't the long-term solution for Development Road. What we're looking at, especially from Mount Pleasant to Trout Pond Road, is a liability. So, we are going to be looking seriously, I think, as a council, to do something with that, even as a Band-Aid solution. The Band-Aid solution that our public works crew can maintain often is far better than what we're looking at in that section of road. I'm sure you're all very familiar with that, as we are. So I think appreciate the concerns coming forward. We'll let the process unfold, but I think with this special meeting, let's get the vote, I guess, going. So
Thank you, Councillor Clark.
So I will be the first to tell you that I know nothing about roads, but I did drive development about 7 times over the weekend and yesterday. And I guess in making the decision to go from Mount Pleasant to line 3, it was about cost savings so that we pulverize one time, because if we have to come back and do that second piece. But that is a good patch from Trout Pond, yes, to line 3. It is a good patch. So I know nothing about roads, but I didn't bump so much. There is a really bad patch in front of one of your homes. I think the Champagne House, there's a bad patch there, but it's not bad. So I think it makes perfect sense to just go to Trout Pond.
Thank you. Councillor Featherstone.
I mean, I appreciate that everybody is paying attention to where money goes and decisions being made. It's rough, right? Like everything is up in costs. It's going to cost more money to gravel and maintain it. It's going to cost more money to plow it. It's going to cost more money to pave it. Like any decision that we make is vastly more expensive now than it was even just a few years ago. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody sees it getting better. Again, like Donna was saying, like Clark was saying, that I don't know roads. That's not my expertise. Leaving a section of it, Dan might know and Alex might know, leaving a section of it and pulverizing and graveling up to that section and then leaving it again. There's got to be like some sort of hard line that I'm guessing is going to very quickly deteriorate if you go from gravel to pavement to gravel again. If that's what we decided to do, was to leave a small section. I'm sure even if it's in good shape now, it's not going to be fairly quickly after. I don't know how quickly it would deteriorate, but with, like you guys were mentioning, trucks and the amount of traffic and everything, having that hard line, I'm sure that would,
Yeah, I think what we're like, the people are proposing is, it's gonna be one transition point after Trout Pond, and the rest of it will be pulverized. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, makes no sense to have a couple different sections, but from Trout Pond down, and there's one transition point, and it's a lot easier to maintain.
Sorry, I just want to add a couple of things. I know we're talking cost and that sort of thing, just so residents are aware. So tar and chip is about $11 per meter squared, whereas actual hardtop surface asphalt, like pavement, is about 25 per meter squared. I know one of the residents just touched on doing things properly, so I would just like to remind the residents, you'll see on the side of the road, there are 1x1 stakes that do have orange paint on them. If we could leave those alone, they're there for a reason. Those are dig outs that we have to do if we do go through with pulverization to get rid of some of these bad spots. So I just wanted to let people know that, that's all. So.
Sorry, and could I just
Sure.
ask the Public Works Manager to touch on just the comment that was made of the section that was done in September last year? Just some of the timing, some of the work that's upcoming to ensure that it's done to
For sure.
standard.
So the contractor that performed the work, I've been in contact with them. I have been trying to schedule them like everyone else. Their schedule is busy this time of year, and weather really does play a big factor on that. But I'd like to reiterate the fact that they are coming to warranty the job that they did. I mean, it's not today, it's not tomorrow, but it will be done this year. So just so residents are aware.
That's great.
Okay, thank you. Just before we close, like Councillor McGinnis said, there will be, we're dealing with the pulverization that was set up in a resolution in the council meeting. And that's what we have to look at amending. But it seems everybody is quite positive here, and I think you can feel the same way. And I wasn't going to say this until council, but I'm going to say it now. It's very difficult for this council to progress, and we say out there, we're progressing. We want to be positive. We want to please the public, and we want to go and ask the province for money. We want to say, listen, the people want to live in our community, but it's very difficult doing that with what has been going on for the last couple of months. So I'm asking the people that are here tonight to maybe put something out there positive for our community. Bonfield Township, the people that live in our community are very proud people, and we have a lot to be proud of. Yes, we don't have the best roads. In fact, we probably have the worst road on development of anywhere, but we do have a lot to offer in Bonfield and Bonfield Township. And I would hope that we have quite a large group of people here tonight. I would hope that you would put that out to the public as well. And that makes it a little bit more inviting to people when we start asking for money. So I'm going to ask for a resolution to close the meeting. However, we still have time between now and our council meeting. And if you wish to speak with any council member, feel free to do that. Okay. Moved by Councillor Featherstone, second by Councillor McGinnis, that this council meeting adjourn the special meeting at
6:24.
6:24. All in favor? Carried. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.